I'm jealous of the rain. Greetings, Aries. It falls upon your skin. Jealous. Jealous came up. Alright, Aries. Are you jealous of someone, or is someone jealous of you? Or is there a little bit of side jealousy? It's a good song, Jealous by Labyrinth. Aries. This is an interesting month for you. I just saw the Star card. And Seven of Swords with the Empress. Alright. Okay. So, the Magician. Magician again. Well, Aries, there's definitely an element of jealousy here. If you're like, oh, and we have the Lovers at the bottom. Alright, so you could be dealing with the Gemini. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Alright, so there's definitely, I'm sorry, Aries. I'm feeling a little air of entitlement, which, you know, not a bad thing. Obviously, people have standards. You hold things to standards. What's crossing you is the Knight of Wands. All right, you're wanting to extend passion to someone. Someone's wanting to extend passion to you. Could be dealing with a Sagittarius. Could be dealing with a younger person. But someone messed up here with the Eight of Pentacles. Someone's looking at the fine print here, and they don't like it. Or they're like, someone maybe just wants passion and they don't want a commitment, or someone you can't get on the same page. Like the passion is on the same page, the commitment is not on the same page. This could carry over, as we know, you guys. Okay, so we have Strength. I don't know where this, well, that card was over there. We have Strength in your subconscious energy. So you're trying to be strong about the situation, Aries. You're battling something right now. You're going through something. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. There's something that was stable, something that you spent a lot of time into. If this is a relationship, it's a relationship you put a lot of time into. If it's a work endeavor, it's a work endeavor that you've been a part of for a long time, Aries, and for whatever reason, it's just not how it used to be, or something's changing about it. Something is changing about the dynamic here with the Knight of Wands crossing it. You're wanting to take passionate action. Your passion is leading you to take action. Action is definitely happening here, especially with the Strength and the subconscious energy. This is a card of Leo as well. But Aries, if you're not thinking about Leo subconsciously, I am feeling this is just really figuring out the strength internally to passionately move forward in something that previously you approached it a certain way and it's no longer, you can't approach it that way. So again, if it's a work endeavor, if it's like a business thing, you just can't approach the business the same way. If it's a person, you can't approach them the same way. They're not approaching you the same way. Something has changed. Something has changed so that you can't go back to the past, and you're having to have strength to move forward through this. But Knight of Wands, you're feeling positive, or someone else is feeling positive, that they will be able to move through this, because we do have an 8 here, and 8s are more about really bringing into balance. And with the Knight of Wands and with the Strength card and with the Ace of Wands, this is what's crowning you. So right off the bat, we have boom, all this fire and earth. And what was your past energy? Your past energy is Death in reverse. Okay, so something, again, completely ended here, the Eight of Pentacles. So completely ended. That's why we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. However, with the Death card in reverse, it means you're wanting to revisit it, which is this Knight of Wands and this Ace of Wands and the Strength card. It's like whenever you've left something so many times and you're like, that's it, I'm done with it, I'm over it, blah, blah, blah. But once you feel the emotions and you like purge them completely, then you have this taste of inspiration to be like, wait, maybe I can go back. Maybe I can give it another shot. So you or this other person are really feeling this, wanting another shot at something, Aries. It's almost like I just got fighting for life. If someone's fighting for their life, I'm seeing good energy towards that. Ooh, we do have the Sun in reverse as your future energy. So some of my Aries are not feeling hopeful right now about a situation. Sun in reverse. You could be also working on something internally, like you're internally manifesting this. You aren't being outward. You're not outwardly expressing this. Two of Swords in reverse. You are not seeing who you're dealing with. Is Seven of Cups in reverse. So I'm feeling from both of you guys. Well, Seven of Cups in reverse can be like, Seven of Cups upright is having all these different options. In reverse, it can say that the person you're with has made their option, or it's that they are so overwhelmed with options, or you having options, they just don't want to deal with it. Now, same goes with you, Aries. Two of Swords in reverse is your energy on your path. Now, Two of Swords upright is needing to make a choice between two. In reverse, it's either like you made the choice. Again, look, Two of Swords upright. The eyes are covered here with this purple. And when I think of purple, I think of just like a purple haze, purple smog. I think of weight, something heavy. And you guys, my music, I have a lot of like fun music on here, and all the songs that are coming up are sad. We have Slow Dancing in a Burning Room coming up next. So, okay, Jealous by Labyrinth, Slow Dancing in a Burning Room by John Mayer. Clearly, the Aries reading that I'm reading for is in a very complex energy. You're trying to make a decision, they're trying to make a decision. You are Two of Swords in reverse. You're either like stuck, you're either in this total stagnation energy, which actually, honestly, I could feel that, because Aries, you're Eight of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Swords in reverse, and the Sun in reverse. So it's like something that really brought you happiness, something that you totally were going for, you feel like it's just not moving forward. But Aries, at the same time, you have the Knight of Wands energy, the Ace of Wands energy, and the Strength card. So you're like utilizing all of your fire and your fuel towards something that you see going nowhere, going to a dead end. But it's the Death card in reverse. It's like you're really clinging and you're really trying. You're trying so hard to hold on to this. Aries, perhaps you or this other person need to come to the acceptance, just the acceptance, that you may or may not achieve this, you may not achieve your desired outcome with the person you want to achieve it with, or doing the exact thing that you want to be known for, but there's something else, or there's someone else that will fit in your energy if you keep passionately, like, you know, Aries, if you, oh, that was a weird flip. Five of Swords and hopes, dreams, and fears. So yeah, there's a lot of fighting going on here, but in the Five of Swords, it's like he made it through. Everything has exploded behind him, like all these explosions, and this guy walks out. But did he really win? Because he's there all alone. Like, he's all by himself. So like, did he really win if he left the situation and is out of the situation, but he's all by himself? Like, there's no one to enjoy that victory with. Is it really a victory if you have no one, no family, no nothing to enjoy it with? Fives are all about challenging energy. At the same time, this can be, you made it through all these naysayers, you made it through a cycle with someone who just kept pulling the wool over your eyes, someone who just kept being non-committal. They would want you, you know, it's the whole push-pull. It's like they want you when you're ready to move on, and then whenever you're there and you're like, all right, let's commit, let's do this, and they're like, well, I don't really know. And Aries, you have been through this cycle so many times, but you clearly enjoy putting fire into it, because Knight of Wands, Strength, the Sun, Ace of Wands, all of that is fire energy, Aries. All of that is fire energy. Let's see. Four of Cups in reverse. Okay, so you are definitely choosing to no longer like long over something, so that's a decent energy for the outcome, Aries. We have Six of Cups in reverse. Oh shoot. Okay, so some of my Aries are definitely going to be letting go of this person. It's definitely soulmate energy. You have a strong tie to this person. Could be, again, a strong sexual, physical bond. We do see all the fire over here. It could be just a really strong, passionate energy, but this person is not, as we see with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, they're not wanting to offer the stability, Aries. There is not stability in this situation. And again, the stability may not come from that person. It may not come at this time. I believe I saw a card in here that was flipped. Yes, the World in reverse. Okay, so, you don't feel like there's an ending here. They don't feel like there's an ending here. I'm going to clarify with my Salvador Dali deck. Aries, someone definitely does not want this cycle to end. You or this other person, or both of you guys. However, it's just a fact here. Someone does not feel closure here, and so you can't fully move on or go on to your next chapter unless you fully let go of this person or they totally let go of you. And it's like right now there's just a lot of fog. But again, with that Two of Swords in reverse, it's like okay, so no response is a response. And Aries, I think this is a perfect reading to really explain and express that notion that no response is a response. And I'm feeling that with the Six of Cups in reverse. It's like no response is a response, because the Six of Cups, both of these cards are in reverse. So look, we have Four of Cups here and the Six of Cups here. Someone is like really thinking, they're longing here. this is the energy that you're coming out of. Your outcome is reversing this. So it's like you just really want this person. You have all these offers, all these people are coming at you with the 4 stability, all these people are wanting to offer you an emotional union of sorts, an emotional harmonious like coming together. And you're like, no, I just want this one, I just want this one. And that's what we see in this whole reading, right? You have the Ace of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Strength. You are like dead set. You're like full on Aries passion for this thing. However, there was obviously a death here. There's an end to the cycle. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Obviously it's out of balance and it's both messed up. Not just your foundation, but their foundation is rocked too. It's like when everything in our lives are connected, Aries. So your relationships, your work, your friends, your family, everything's connected. So if one thread is loose and gets frayed, it's going to fray and loosen the other threads, Aries. So this relationship, whatever it is, has brought both of you guys, it's shaken your foundations a lot. It's shaken, and it's meant to. I mean, that's what you guys were brought here to do. However, it's not necessarily going to say that you guys are going to come back into balance through partnership with each other. Maybe, you know, every person that you meet in your path, you're meant to meet in your path, Aries. And with the 4 of Cups, these that were in reverse as the outcome, it's like you are no longer choosing to long for something or desire something that you're just not seeing the results out of. However, with the world in reverse here, the universe is saying, I mean, it's very mixed energy because the 6 of Cups, it's like you feel a soulmate bond with this person. You have a lot of nostalgia. There's a lot of nostalgia. You guys have great memories. I mean, both of these cards, the man and the girl, they both have their hand on their jaw. They both have their hand on their jaw and they're just like daydreaming, completely daydreaming. And I just feel like anything with hands on the body is just a very intimate, it's a very intimate expression. And we see the meadows here, the flowers. It's like you're thinking about better times. You're thinking of all the, you know, feelings that this person has emitted in you. This person has ignited love in you, passion in you. We see with all the fire. And that's what they were brought here to do. I feel like it really is just a choice, you guys. But get this, like I said, no response is a response. If this person is not aligning with what you feel you're brought here to do, Aries. Yep, we have the, is that all 10 of them? Yep, that is all 10 of them. So 10 of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So definitely feeling, okay, 8 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so no communication. It's like you have all the 10 of Cups. You have the 10 Cups with this person, but someone plays hard to get or someone has an insecurity or someone's making the other person wait. And with the 8 of Wands in reverse, that's what it's saying. It's like, again, out of balance. 8 in reverse with the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. The passion is out of balance. The material, the offers, out of balance. But the all 10 Cups are here. We have the Page of Pentacles with the, again, with the Knight of Wands and with the Ace of Cups. Interesting. Okay. So you guys really just keep going in the cycle because everything that shows up is like passionate offer and then everything in reverse, and passionate offer, then everything in reverse, and then 4 of Cups in reverse and 6 of Cups in reverse. Like, forget it, I'm not holding on to this person, I'm letting go. But then, ta-da, the world in reverse. Just kidding, you have one more go around. But then 8 of Wands in reverse with 10 of Cups in reverse. You can't get to that 10 of Cups because the 8 of Wands is in reverse. The communication is blocked. Someone is being stubborn here. There's a lot of pride here. There's a lot of ego here. Then someone shows up as a page, so childishly, they're like, hey, I know we ended things a million times, but just kidding, can you try this one more time? And someone comes in passionately. Knight of Wands. We do have a Knight and a Page here. So someone wants to be more passionate and they're quicker about their passions. Someone wants to really create a foundation, but they want to go slower. So we have an issue here if someone wants to go slower than the other person. The other person wants to go faster. But we do have the Ace of Cups here, a new beginning of love, a new offering here. Aries, this is an all over the place reading. It's like you go for it, you go back, you go for it, you go back. So Aries, aside from this relationship, how is your work going? Is it you're going forward and forward and backward on it? I'm curious, Aries, because again, this shows up in your relationship because this is showing up in other areas of your life. So Aries, we're going to now look into the aspects of yourself that are causing this cycle to keep recycling, keep allowing this energy to come through, and we're going to see where this is coming from. Okay, readings for Aries. Aries, this is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or any of those aspects in Vedic sidereal. This is your March forecast. We are starting this month in a retrograde. Please subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment, share with your friends, etc., all that good stuff. Aries, again, if you keep, there's a trust issue here, but the trust issue, again, Aries, is within yourself. Where are you not trusting yourself? And it's like you're not trusting yourself because it gets rejected by others, because there's not a perceived acceptance. Again, Aries, this really has to do with an internal, this is all like a childhood wound. This is definitely a childhood wound. Seahorse could be, and you guys, seahorses mate for life. Oh, I believe this is Jera. 12, interesting. Well, Aries, it's gonna be getting better, for sure, because the runes are really strong energy, and Jera is all about a fruitful year. So remember, we are in this retrograde period, but it is just a period. So Jera is all about the solar year, having a rich harvest, seasons, coming to completion of something, harmony. So I do feel like you and this person are wrapping up the cycle. Again, whether you guys mature and you come through it together, or you end up going, you know, parting ways and starting something else. Again, this Page of Pentacles, this Knight of Wands, and this Ace of Cups could be with someone else. You could actually very well decide with the Eight of Wands in reverse and the Ten of Cups in reverse that you have gone to the completion of the cycle of this person, and you have now embedded in those codes, and now you know how to do relationship, you know how to do partnership. So, you know, you went through all the learning process with that person, so you and that person could now manifest and be with your next person, whoever that is, with this Ace of Cups. Page of Pentacles could very well be a new person, could also just be a sheepish person from your past who you've already had some sort of thing with, because we do know that Pentacles are a grounded energy. Pentacles want to build something that lasts. They do not just come in for a good time. They come in for a stable time. They come in for, hey, I actually want to get to know you because I see you as someone that I might want to have children with and have a committed life with, and maybe even, you know, spend the rest of my life with. So Pentacles are good energy to have there, especially with that Ace of Cups. We know the person's intentions are pure. Now with the Knight of Wands, it's definitely coming in quick, it's coming in hot, it's definitely going to be expressed passionately, especially with Jera. There's definitely a lot of passion here. There's an ability to overindulge at times as well, Aries, so just to be kind of mindful of that. This is all about gardening, farming would be really powerful for you in this time. This is about working your word, and word is all about that cosmic fabric of what's going to happen in our life is simply a wave of everything that's previously happened in our lives. This is all about having patience up to a point, but knowing your time and your value and moving on and walking when the time is right to move on and walk. So Aries, again, if you keep cycling with this person, what things in your life do you keep cycling with? Do you keep having this cycle? And ask yourself, do you care about it enough? Is it that you don't really care enough to really stay consistent with something? You know, following our dharma isn't about just like always doing what you love and it always feeling good. It's the people who become masters at things, Aries, are the people who put in the time, the dedication, the work to the things even when they don't feel like it. So it's like, what can you still force yourself to do and be committed to even when you don't feel like it? Because that is the thing that you actually love. That's the thing that you're actually dedicated to. That's the thing that you are a disciple of. To have discipline for something is to be a disciple of something. Ask yourself, what am I truly a disciple of? And am I really a disciple of that? Do I show up as having discipline to keep doing that even when it's uncomfortable, even when I get hurt? You know, it's one of those things like a relationship is just like, okay, like horseback riding, for instance. I don't ride horses because, oh, it feels so good, and then I fall off and I'm like, oh, but I fell off and I hurt myself, I broke my arm or something, so no, I'm not gonna ride a horse again. You know, it's like that with love. So in this relationship, I feel like every time someone would fall off the horse and, you know, hurt their arm, they'd be like, I'm never gonna ride again. But it's like that horse is like their favorite. That horse is their favorite horse to ride. Okay, getting a little intimate there, but seriously, Aries, you have to think about it that way. So it's like someone here. This is just a lot about maturation, but it's about maturing within yourself. And there is a lot of ego work, a lot of pride here, and a lot of getting comfortable with the uncomfortable, because we realize in life that it is the things that we dedicate ourselves to, that we fully commit and show up for, that actually yield fulfillment and greater success in our lives, and just overall joy and bliss and self-actualization and realization within thyself. It's not a comfortable process. So love, it's not going to be a comfortable, easy process. We're going to get hurt in love, because you're going to get hurt doing all the things that you love doing the most, because pain is a part of life. Suffering is a part of life. It's part of the human experience. This is about having an initiation into a gradual and lasting change in your life. Ooh, The present holds the key to your future results, Aries. This is about how the winter's food is the summer's crop, and it was the spring's seed. So something that you are planting a seed for now is going to keep growing over time. And Aries, this is all about putting in the work, putting in the time, the due diligence every day, day in and day out, nurturing and remembering that nature always marches along. You have small steps for daily wins. So daily wins are small steps towards a big cumulative forward progression in your life. This is about having patient movement with the harmony of nature and moving with the harmony of nature, understanding the tides of life, like an ocean tide moving in and out. This is about moving with nature yields greater abundance. This is understanding this too shall pass. As you sow, so shall you reap. Time will heal all wounds. Deadlines teach you true commitment, drive, motivation, and how to take strategic action. With that Two of Swords in reverse, I'm feeling some of my Aries are having a difficult time taking strategic action, but with it in reverse, I'm feeling like you're coming to a place where you are understanding strategic action is happening even when you're not conscious of it, because as I said, no action is still a response. It really is. It's a pretty deep response. In fact, I think it's one of the more potent responses to just not respond. To pull your energy back entirely is a very decisive thing to do. And some of my Aries by the spread are very much entirely pulling their energy back and not at all stepping it forward. This is about taking time to accurately plan and invest steadily over time. Aries, this is calling you to stay focused at this time. This is all about understanding how to ride the ups and coast the downs in life. This is about attending gatherings. So Aries, you need to go out, be social, go with the flow in relationships. So not asking or desiring a specific outcome, only spending time with people if you're like, hey, I want to spend that time because in that now moment, it's going to make me a better person. I enjoy that person's company. I enjoy what we do together. Like we share a shared interest. So making sure that you're going into everything that you do this week, this month, I was going to say this year, Aries, really, that making sure that your actions are all towards bettering your health, and that's mentally, spiritually, and physically. So the people you hang out with are going to strengthen you or weaken you mentally, physically, spiritually. And so you have to be really conscious and choose the people you're going to spend time with. Go out and meet new people, Aries. It's telling you this is a time to form new bonds. It's time to allow time to heal your past wounds, to go with the flow more in life, get more balance in your life, work on your digestive system, watching what you're eating, making peace with the timing of life, and understanding that the universe has its own timing of things. This is all about relieving stress and healing your emotions. This is about taking everything day by day and staying full committed to your connections and your health, achieving your goals, and making sure that you really take this time to keep yourself in balance, Aries, because it's all going to be about balance for you to bring in what it is you're desiring. And Aries, your ability to receive what it is that you're desiring so much to receive is only going to be so based off of what sort of balance you can provide. Because if you can't provide the environment for this thing that you're desiring, then how can you expect this thing to come through? You know, it's like you can't take a whale and put it in a little fish tank, or pull a whale out of the ocean and move it to the desert. Like, you have to have the proper environment for the thing that it is you desire. So Aries, ask yourself, boundaries. Ooh, good one, Aries. Yes, this is all about having better boundaries with yourself. And we have the tiger spirit and the owl bringing in the wisdom. We have the crescent moon over there. We have all these magentas and reds. I'm feeling a very strong root and solar energy here with boundaries. We have a clear and healthy sense of self is a great foundation for love, Aries. Most people understand the concept of healthy boundaries, but they aren't always sure how to put them into practice. Boundaries could be described as simply having a clear and healthy sense of your own self, of who you truly are, of what makes you tick, what affects you positively and negatively. A common example of unhealthy boundaries is the apparent inability to say no when feeling pressured by a prospective, new, or existing partner into doing or behaving in a way that isn't in harmony with your truth. Aries. Woo! Let me read that again. A common example of unhealthy boundaries is the apparent inability to say no when you're feeling pressured by a prospective, new, or existing partner into doing something or into behaving a certain way that is not into harmony with your truth. So if someone is making you upset, if someone is talking down to you, if someone is getting you riled up and making you angry, making you want to like lash out or act like a little child about something, check yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Get up, walk out that situation. Say, you know what? I am committed to my harmony. I'm committed to my peace. I'm committed to what's positive in my life, what's investing in that. And you know what? If we're not on the same path, we're not on the same path. Thank you for your time. Bow out. I love you. I release you. Aries, this is all about, for example, if you love the ocean and you need to walk along the beach regularly to maintain emotional balance, then you can invite your partner to join you to go on the walk, or you can go on the walk alone. But you must not let this important activity fade from your life, Aries. So, some of my Aries, when you get into partnership, you lose doing those things that you need for your own emotional balance because you just love being with that person so much, or you just love the feeling that they give you so much that you suck dry out of other areas in your life that you need to actually have your balance, your energy balanced when you are spending time with that person. So Aries, this is all about making sure that you get your needs met before you give any of your energy out to your partner. And Aries, you are very loyal, committed, energetic partners that love to give. But you cannot give from that space, Aries, until you have actually filled your cup from doing what you love, and make sure that you guard that. Say no to this person, say no to anything, even if you feel bad because you're like, well, I want to spend time with them. But if you haven't had enough time doing what you love, like for me, you know, it's dance, doing movement stuff. So I'm not going to spend time with someone until I've made sure that I've had enough hours of dancing or slacklining or whatever it is that I need to do, or playing my harp. You know, I'm like, I need to make sure I do those things for me first. And if I'm talking to someone like a new friend or something, and I'm like, hey, I'm not free because, yeah, I have 4 hours of free time, but I've spent no time for me because I've been so busy working this week that I need to spend that, you know, 3 of those 4 hours just by myself getting my energy right. If someone doesn't like that, then that person clearly is not for me. They're not for me because they're literally telling me that they don't respect and they don't want me to work on me and make sure that I'm only hanging out with them and coming to them with a full cup. So why would I want to waste, you know, that person just gave away all their time. So some of you guys are dealing with someone who is very much like that, and you need to just realize that from the get-go. This person does not actually love you so much, they love the energy that you give to them. They're an energy vampire. Some of you guys are definitely dealing with energy vampires here. Make sure that you are always doing what you love first, Aries. There can be many gray areas in life between reasonable compromise and compromising your healthy boundaries. So each person is unique and each situation is different, Aries. The most important thing is to make your boundaries and your preference clear early on in the relationship. So for some of my Aries, you already got into a partnership with someone and you created this long, deep bond with them before you guys ever instill these boundaries. It's very difficult to instill boundaries later into a relationship. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it is definitely difficult. We have Shania Twain up, only going up from here. So Aries, I'm definitely feeling that. You guys are only going up from here. Hop on that owl's wing. Take the wisdom of the owl. The most important thing is to make your boundaries and your preferences clear early on in the relationship, Aries, or your partner may feel annoyed and resentful when you bring it up months or years down the track. In an existing relationship, it's important to communicate your feelings, your needs, and your preferences by owning them yourself and walking in the truth of them. So a lot of people in general, not just Aries, get in relationships and they don't realize the only reason why something went haywire, or why someone cheated, or why someone stepped out, or why someone stopped giving this or that, blah, 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 is because they weren't actually showing up fully and their full authenticity as their self from the get-go. And so from not doing that, you know, it can kind of confuse a person because you weren't showing up authentically in yourself right away. So this is all about really needing to show up authentically. Aries, you need to voice. You can say, I need time for myself regularly, so from now on, I will go to the beach once or twice a week all by myself. This is much more constructive than saying, you never want to go to the beach. It's almost impossible to drag you down there. You've ruined that pleasure for me, and I'm going to get it back by going there by myself without you. When you could have just said respectfully at the beginning, hey, I love you and I know that you don't like going to the beach as much as I do, but I need to go to the beach for my happiness, and you fell in love with me when I was going to the beach all the time. So I need, you know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to the beach, and you don't have to go with me, but I'm, you know, not going to compromise that time either. So Aries, this is about getting to a place where you can communicate these things respectfully, maturely, and not come at them from like a childish way later on years down the road. You have drawn this card today because it's time for you to look at the way you have set your personal boundaries in the past as well as how you are setting them currently, Aries. Take a gentle look at what those boundaries have created for you in your life so far. A gentle look, Aries. Don't beat yourself up about it. Resolve to reset them wherever necessary. Ask your angels and guides to support you in communicating more lovingly and clearly from now on. And Aries, it's not that you don't communicate lovingly, it's that you communicate very passionately, and for you that's lovingly, but for others it's really sharp. It's really sharp. And so learning to communicate more lovingly is saying in a loving way that others will receive it as loving as well. Understanding that if you're like, no, I'm not being not loving, I'm saying that because it means so much to me, I'm so passionate about it. Okay, well, Aries, I hear that, and at the same time, other people may not receive your love. And so if you really want to give your love, then don't you want to give it in a way that it will be received, because you're wanting to give it, and how can you want to give something that in a way that someone can't even receive it? Do you really want to give it then, or is it just about, doing it your way? If it's more about the love, then you probably want to learn how the other person receives love, because then you have to find a compromise of expressing the way that you express, keeping your authenticity, keeping your passion, staying true to that. Aries, it's all about becoming a student at this time. You are wise about many things, and yet you are called upon to move into the position of becoming a student at this time. Allow that receptive energy to open you up. Become teachable, coachable, and absorbent of all that you're about to learn, Aries. By becoming humble and remaining open to learning, you will receive much. This is not the time to add what you know to the mix or to offer your wisdom. Your energy is now being called upon to absorb and receive fully. Open your mind to the student mind. There, learning is occurring on multiple levels. Multiple rewards will be received for this single task, Aries. Your willingness to play student right now is also going to empower someone else to experience being the wise one, which is the dance in life, Aries. Purity of your heart and spirit for all that is about to be shown to you is very important at this time. Woo, Aries, I love that. So becoming a student right now is crucial, and I just love that in general, because being a student I have found in my life to be one of the most powerful life changers of my life. I love being a student. I am in school where I'm doing, like 3 different programs. Ooh, a lot of cards crossed for you guys. I'm in school to become a clinical certified musician right now. I'm doing a gymnastics handstand course right now. I have a couple energy teachers, and I make sure that lately I've been taking dance classes every week so that I'm learning choreography and doing it in that hour. And Aries, just in my own experience of making sure that I'm constantly committed to being a student, because I also teach yoga and teach other things, it's like you can't really be, one of my favorite quotes is student first, teacher second. And you won't be a teacher for long, you won't be an authentic teacher for long if you're not always making sure that you're student first. It's a very, it's just like the dance of the universe, Aries. So right now the universe is really asking you to step into being a student. So if you aren't enrolled into anything right now, try even just, like a 30-day self-improvement course or something, or get like a book that's anything that you can commit yourself to that has a start and a finish, and make sure that you stick with it all the way through and you're learning from someone else or something else, Aries, is going to be really powerful for you for the month of March. It's going to come back and it's going to give you so much more than you realize if you do that. And Jera is just going to amplify that, you guys, because what we had with Jera is it's telling you to go out, to push out of your comfort zone, to understand as you reap, so shall you sow. And it's asking you, Aries, the more that you become a student, the more that you put out there, the more that you open yourself up to receiving from others, the more that you give yourself this receptive flow and you let yourself open up to others, then you really create more of a homeostasis and like commingling energy rather than like a dictatorship and kind of like a tyrant feel to it, which again is only because you're so passionate. So Aries, we have changes in the air. Sometimes we take things for granted and we forget to stop and realize how incredible the ordinary things can be. Growth often does seem improbable, Aries, yet it happens every day in so many ways. So too is something growing in your life that seems, at the moment, unlikely or impossible. So again, with this relationship, it could totally turn around, but again, some of my Aries, it's going to be someone totally new, and it may seem impossible. You might be like so jaded after this, going through the cycle, but either way, something is not what you think it is, Aries. I'm feeling a strong moon energy from this, very strong moon energy from this. Yet, it will happen anyway. So too, something is growing in your life that seems, at the moment, unlikely, yet it will happen anyway. So have full faith, trust your feelings, Aries, and relax, because change is in the air. We have your path is before you now, Aries. Even if sometimes you lack confidence to trust in the path that you're on, know this: you cannot miss your destiny. I shall guide your feet and inspire your heart to keep you true to your rightful divine life path. Trust me, trust yourself, take your journey now. This is all about following your heart, Aries. You can always tap into your heart, put a hand on your heart, hand on your gut, breathe, belly, heart, crown of the head, pause, and then exhale, crown of the head, heart, belly, send that energy back into the earth, pause. Pull the energy up from earth, breathe into the belly, breathe into the heart, breathe up above the head into the ether, pause. Exhale down from the ether into the head, down into the heart, into the gut, send it back into the earth, pause. Ground yourself. This is also why I like slacklining. Anything to really force yourself into balance, into your heart will always guide you. Always, Aries. Keeping it simple. Yes, your mind may convince you that manifesting your destiny is more difficult or complex than it needs to be, yet the guidance of the Divine Mother is to keep things simple. Do what you can do and let go of everything else, Aries. I love to-do lists, also having compassion when you can't complete the to-do list. Even if you just get one thing done, at least get one thing done. Shoot for the stars, shoot for the moon, even then you'll land among the stars, something like that. Be guided now, Aries. Allow yourself to be guided. This goes in hand with becoming a student right now, Aries. The guide cannot take the steps for you. That is your job. But the guide can show you the way. It is up to you if you choose to take it, whether you tread carefully, dance, or run along the sacred path towards the loving arms of the Holy Mother. She is always there to help you. And Aries, I say dance, but you know, that's just my opinion. All right, guys, I love you, and I'll see you shortly for your end of March, April readings.